Hello and welcome back to Factory Town. In our last episode, we set up gears and iron wheels, and I can't remember what else we set up, but I know we also came in here to look at how we could bring in items via train. So we set up a train station next to each of the stores, for lack of a better word, we'll call them stores. Except, oh no, we did even do the food market, but some of them aren't going to be very connectable because of other things that are in the way. So we're going to have to kind of maybe figure out how to make all this work in the end, but I think we'll get it, and it'll be fine. We also talked in the chat for yesterday's episode that maybe we should tighten up some of the houses and get them in a little bit closer and clean up the neighborhoods and stuff like that. Make them a little neater and more organized. The main issue with that is going to be, of course, this terrain being rugged. But we might have to eventually if we want to add very many more houses, because we're kind of running out of space, and we have a few spaces here and stuff like that. We're kind of running out of space as to where we can put houses that will be able to be covered by all what will eventually be 5 different stores. And I can't remember where we decided to possibly put the 5th store, but I think it was here after we do something with the fish here. So the goal today is to set up the infrastructure for the rail network. But before I do that, I want to take a suggestion that was made in the chat. I think it was in the chat, or maybe it's in the comments. I think it was in the chat. To, instead of using all these workers, I should have just used a harvester drill. So we're going to do that. And I don't know why I didn't think of it. I should have, you know. But the harvester drill is going to be much faster than a worker, than several workers. And if we need more than one harvester drill, well, we do. But we probably should also do a silo if we're going to do a harvester drill, so we can have that buffer activity. So let's build a silo here, and then we'll build a harvester drill here. But the other thing is, we needed the gears and the iron wheels going before we could build the harvester drill. So it was kind of a catch-22 a little bit in a way. Yep, it's going. Okay, good. But we're gonna keep using this and keep making this stuff. So we had we did set this up too. This is what else we set up. We have apples being grown over here, sent to the trading post to trade for bread, and then the bread is being immediately traded for cake, and then the cake is being brought down here to the coastline and put into a crate, where this cargo boat picks it up and hauls it back and forth. The cargo boat is now full. And because this crate is full, because everything is full, and we have traded as many belts as we, or as much cake as we can for belts. So the idea here would be to take the surplus of the veggie stew, the surplus of the cake, the surplus of the jam, and the surplus of the leather, and eventually load it onto the train network and sell it at the appropriate buildings, most of which is the tavern. Jam, veggie stew, cake. Then leather is sold at the general store. Okay, so we're going to do that maybe by the end of this episode, but to start with, we need to get some rails going. So I want to build the rails up high enough that they'll be above anything that we've built. It may not need to be above like these highest of mountains, but definitely above anything we've built. And it obviously needs to also encompass the fact that we're delivering things into these 4 now highlighted stores here in town, with the 5th one probably in this area. So what I want to do is I want to have a rail line that goes into, like here, comes down off of the rails and down into this where the train station is. The other thing we're going to need on this rail network is a fueling and water station that every train goes to. So we're going to have to make sure that we build the network, at least one, but build a network so that the trains can get fuel and water. And the best place for that might just be here, where I assume we might load in. This might be our primary coal source here. Because it's high up on a mountain, and that might be a good place to just route all the trains through to get their fuel. There's some coal down there that we're not tapping yet, but we'll probably end up doing deep mining and put it in here and make this be our primary coal source. So we'll have to put a train station here, actually. So maybe I should do that now-ish. And then we'll pipe water up to it. Although, as we learned in the last episode, we don't actually need to pipe the water. I guess we'll go there. We just need to have the wells filling it up. So let's make this station be a coal and water only. We'll do 4 coal squares and 4 water squares. And I don't care, it'll just... Actually, we don't even need 4 water squares. That's pretty ridiculous. But why not? And then, of course, we'll need a train line here coming in. And then we'll need some wells. Now, I'm assuming that at some point the dev's going to not let us do this particular thing anymore. What do we got of stone? Oof. We're not using this stone at all. What if I just do a barn? Like here? And a single worker. And that single worker's sole job is to fill this barn up with stone constantly. I think that'd be a good job for a worker. And I dispense some by building the barn. And if we need to add another worker, I can, but I would rather not. You're still picking trees, huh? What are we making here? Planks? Okay, so we're not using the planks like we used to. Which is okay. I'd rather not have them and not need them than need them and not have them, as we have with the stone. But of course, also, we don't necessarily need all of this yet providing water because, well, we're not actually using it yet. So maybe... flue pipe? Why did you not... We'll just let that start filling up, and then we can also put in a harvester drill here and let the coal start filling up too. And I'm just going to let it deliver all the way into there. And like I said, with the coal out here and wherever the other place was that we had coal on the map, there was at least one other place out here. We can... And there's... No, that's iron. We can... Oh, here there's a few left. We'll probably actually take this coal and bring it over here eventually. But we can mine the coal out here, for example, and train it in and deliver it here once we run out of this if we want to. So I think that'll work out okay. And then this is just going to have... This is going to be like every train ends up having to come through here, which is kind of risky, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to build onto the side here some little like ear things here, and then that one there. And then we're going to go up from here. Yeah. And then here. Actually, I can use tab for this. And then we need to do rail. And then like that. And that'll go up to whatever height I put my rails at, which I should probably figure out. And I should probably also figure out the routing, the path for them. So, let's see. Without knowing everything that we're going to need on this map, I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this, but I think what I want to have is the loop comes from here, goes around the center of town here somehow, and then... Maybe the loop can just go like around and include this. And then from here we can have like spurs that go out. That might be the best option. And then I can use the pushers or the sorters or whatever to push the trains into town. I think that'll work. Not exactly what I was thinking of originally, so maybe I do this differently then. Yeah, let's do this slightly differently. What if we put the rail rather, here on this side instead? And we'll have to deal with that in a moment, but yeah, I think this will work out better. and then this can go up. We'll do... Actually, I can go up from here. Something like this. And then we'll want to... Let's see, we're going in to that station, to that station. So we'll want to make this maybe something along... I wonder how high I should go. That might be good enough. I think that'll be okay. Whatever height that is. Let's go there. So I need to build up to that from here. And I think the way I will do that is just by continuing to build up the way that I am manually. And then once we get in line with roughly that spot, then I can turn this. Or in fact, I could turn it sooner. Do I want to turn it sooner? I think... Yeah, I think I should turn it maybe right here. And then we'll just keep working our way up. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Now I'm using tab like I should have been doing all along. Unfortunately, trains don't lose speed going uphill like minecarts do, so we don't have to worry about that. And I think we're there. I mean, it doesn't have to be precise, but... nope. There we go. So I'm not going to use this. So that'll be the trains coming down or up from whichever way I want them to go around this circle, which maybe they should go clockwise just because for some reason my brain says they should go clockwise. And so we want it to kind of come out to... further yet. Now I lost my spot. Something like here? If I'm still in line. Which I'm not. I need to go over by one more. 1, 2, 3. That'll be fine. This out. Nope. Take that out, please. And I don't think I'm anywhere near where I need to be, but I can fix that. I was already on rail. And that'll, of course, go up to there. And then we can go all the way across to this. And if I do the control like that, positions it correctly. And then I just need to bring this down. And I'm going to use the full scaffold block here like that on these because it looks better, I think, with the train being a full block. And then maybe I do a support here just for logic. And a support right here just for logic. I think that looks okay. And then this will turn and come this way. And it needs to be on this line, and it needs to be out far enough. If this kitchen eventually gets replaced by the other store, the whatever it's called store, somebody's out of range. That one we need to, so we need to rearrange anyway. But the other option is moving this house, but that still doesn't bring it in range. So somewhere in this area. So maybe that even is too far. But I think it's fine, because if the store is there, then the station is here, so I think this will be a fine place to put it. And once again, I have no idea where I'm at. I'm going to do it this way, I think. And And I probably should have adjusted my angle a little bit. Right there. Perfect. And I went way too... oh, crap. I went way too high on that one. Oopsie. Looks like we're just about there. Nope, not quite. Now we're there. And one more. Okay. I think this will be okay, because the trains don't really take up any sort of space on the network. They just sort of exist. So I think it'll be okay that they're all sharing this single loop. And then we'll go on this line. I need to figure out where they need to come from this side, which is going to be... Or should it be in here further? I think it should be maybe here anyway. There. It's too high, but not by too much, so it'll be fine. Do that. No, actually it wasn't too high. It was too low. Careful. I think it was only low by 1, but... Okay, that is correct now. This one. This one. And then this will go this way. And it'll go kind of just past this door. A few more. Too high, which is better than too low. Right there. Yep. We can go there. Leading this. And then we can route it this way and into here, which I need to also ramp up. Starting with this spot right here. Oh, did I plan that well or what? This can go right here in this empty square. Yeah, it's a few too high. Take a few off. Wow, that was pretty close. There we go. Okay. Go there. And then this needs to ramp up or down or whatever you want to call it. Almost. Let's go up instead. Okay. And then I'll just take a few of these out. Put in the corner bead there, and then a support from there, or a piece from there, and there. And then this can go up, and into there, and you did it crazily. Thank you, game. We're not going to keep that. Control? Yeah, that's what I wanted. I forgot to hold down control. I think that works. But just for decoration, I want to put that in. I kind of want them put in here too. Even though it costs some more in planks, I think it's worth it for decoration purposes. All right, so that's my central loop then. We need to change this to be item filter of nothing. Nothing coming in right now. We want an output here of water and coal. Why did you not... Am I missing? Oh. Coal and water. Didn't press the right modifier. Is it shift? It is shift. Okay. Coal and water on that one. And then we need a fuel loader here, which is just a loader, fuel loader. Okay, so fuel loading, eventually unloading the coal that we bring in here, and then a water and fuel loader, or water and coal loader, that is there to load up anybody who needs water or coal, as far as their train cars will carry, which probably will never be water, but just for fun. Okay, so that is that. We have a full thing, and it's still filling up with the water, or is it not filling up with the water anywhere? It is, okay, just slowly. Now it'll be fasterly. Pipe, overlay, doot, doot. So then, every train that enters the this loop, or every train that needs to bring something into town will enter this loop. So I have to be careful that I don't crowd too many trains in here, of course, but so that might eventually become a problem, but I don't think so, not in this map. Especially if they're all like 1-1 trains, like they're an engine and a car carrying whatever the item is. Maybe 2 items in certain cases, like I may put leather and jam on the same car coming from here, or same train coming from here, and I may put cake, and we're talking about making, oh, the berry cake, right, for the purple. So they might come from here as well, and the veggie stew. Well, actually, if I do berry cake, I won't do cake, but the veggie stew or whichever cake I end up having here would be coming from here, a station out here. So I think this will work out okay. So now let's build these entrances and exits. I'm going to start with the 2 that are here, because these are going to be the hardest ones, I think, to accomplish, simply because they're so close together. But I want to bring it down from here, or down to here, I should say. I wonder if I can do this the easy way. If I push this all the way to here, except that I'm not in the right angle. Let's try this again. If I go all the way to here, and I do the page up, oh, it's not doing what I wanted. How about if we start from here then? And then I do the page up. I want it to go to this tile. Page up, page up, page up, page up, page up. That's as high as it can go to there. And that's too far in that direction. Oh, that looks good. And then I can just simply modify or add this in here. And then the rail, if we're going to do clockwise, this will be the entrance to that station. So the rail is just going to come from this way, like this. And then that way. So the only way they can come into this station is by coming from this way. And then I need to output this station. And that would be an input station. That's good. We're going to have to do a filter on that. That's quite complex, I assume. Yeah. And then I want to do the same kind of ramp up here, but I need to also be careful because we need to have a ramp down coming into this one. Maybe the ramp down coming into this one could be on the other side, though. That might be the best bet. Let's do this, and then that. And then I can take this, and I can go this way. And then I can ramp this up to there, I think. Almost. I was pretty dang close, though, I do have to say. If I do say so myself, kind of thing. Let's go there, and then that needs to come out and go this way, but then that needs to come out and go this way, and then that way. So that can only re-enter this loop via a, or out in this direction. So the only issue I'm going to have is, well, okay, let me think about this. If a train comes in from this direction for something for the tavern, it's going to come in, it's going to join in the loop this way. You know what? I should have done these the opposite direction. I should have done this loop the opposite direction. Can I still? Yeah, I can still. Okay, I can still do it. The reason I'm thinking the opposite direction is if I have a pair of tracks coming this way, I want that pair of tracks to be right-hand drive because I live in the U.S. And so then the right track, if you think of, let me just demonstrate this maybe here a little bit. If you think of a pair of tracks coming out this way and that, like this, the right one's going to come in and is going to come in like this, and then the left one needs to come back out from there. So I want these tracks to go, I want this loop to be counterclockwise so that the trains aren't crossing to do their thing. So if the train comes in here, it's going to go around the track, gonna go through this, which is still fine, and then it's going to come and enter into this station from this point, which is okay. And then it's going to come out, and it's going to come back this way, and it'll dump itself back out here because we'll have the pusher here, no, it's not structure, it's logistic. The sorter, I think, is what we want. I wanted to look at the tooltip, thank you. We'll force matching items to take the specified direction. We want that, not the pusher, because this is a if you can, this is a you must. So sorter is appropriate for train tracks. So we're going to have a sorter here, anywhere we're exiting out of the loop in whatever fashion. We'll have to have sorters. Okay, so that'll be fine. And then this station, we can exit this way. So I need to do this. And then we'll come this way a few blocks. Or we could start going up after the curve, actually, maybe, after the turn. So no sense in doing it beforehand, but afterward I think is fine. And this can go up. Let's see, am I okay here with this? I think so. I need to rotate it there. And this one needs to come this way. Nope, I want you to go this way first. All right, come on. This way first, please. There we go. And then this needs to go here, page up. The other option is... No, I have a different option for this that I like better. And yes, I'm using the chute to deconstruct this. I have another idea. I can use the same entrances and exits for both of these stations. I can just simply change this one now. Take this one out now, of course. Please don't delete too much, game. Like that. Hope I didn't delete anything important somewhere else. We just continue this straight across. To there. Oops. Dang it. I don't know why they didn't build the train stop, but there we go. And then from here I can go up. Mm-hmm. And that'll be fine, because the trains don't stay, because I'm not going to turn that setting on to make them stay. So, that'll be fine. Might be too high. No, actually it's not. Perfect. Couldn't really see with the angle that I had given myself. This goes this way. This goes this way, and then that goes that way. And those two train stations can share an exit ramp. So the only other question I have for myself is, this can go this way and then in here. So if a train comes in from here, and it enters between this entrance and this exit, then it's got to turn in, go all the way around once, go into this, go all the way around again, and in order to come back out. I don't really like that idea. So the other option, now that I've done all of this, is to not do all of this. Careful. See? The other option is to turn this around. Actually, this might be the better option of the three. The other option is to turn this around like this, sharp turn, and then do a ramp up from here. And that puts the entrance and the exit much closer together, which is better. That way. You can go in here. Yes. I think that's better. Feel free to quibble with me in the comments or in the chat. And because then I have a much narrower area that I can cause a problem in, and I can avoid it easier. And so I should follow the same logic for these other stations as well. This one I'm not going to put in yet, but follow the same logic and keep the entrance and the exit as close to each other as possible. Which is kind of crazy, but it works, or should work, I should say. Should I get a train spinning around here? Oh, I didn't finish this track. Should I get a train going around here? Probably. Make sure those are all in there. Let's build a steam locomotive. And it's going counterclockwise this way. And I want to put a... I'll just put a boxcar on it for now. Yes, I know you have no fuel. And on the boxcar, I'm going to filter it for nada for now. And then you can go. And you filled up with water and fuel. And there's nothing in the boxcar. Perfect. So you can proceed around the loop. And there's nothing that's going to tell it. It'll always go straight. It'll never turn unless it has to. So we don't have to worry about it entering a station or entering an access thing unless we put in a sorter. And we'll do the sorter here. And I want this to match on not coal, but we'll just do something that we're not using really. Even do rail. And let's do, let's filter this boxcar for rail. There. And now that train should be sorted into this station. Yes. And then it zips down the hill. And then it chugs back up the hill. And it just rejoins itself naturally there. And then we would do the same kind of sorters here to make sure the trains go back out to their satellite locations to load up their items. And I think that's what I want. And that's more or less what I'm planning on having in my custom game as well. Maybe just a little bit more neat and organized than this. And so every train's going to stop for a moment there to load up the fuel and the water, which I'm okay with. I just hope it doesn't cause problems with the other trains, but we'll have to just go with it. Okay, so you, my friend, can probably stop, at least for now. And let's build this other access controls. Or actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build the rest of these accesses off camera, because we're past time for now. And then I will show it off in the next episode, and then we can start running these roads, or these rails out to wherever we want to have a satellite pickup location. And of course, the first ones will be here and here because we have stuff there ready to go. So that'll be it for today. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.